let's get back in and continue where we left off. Save one. So, there's supposedly... Oh, here. And with dry brushes. How come I couldn't do that before? Just grab a freaking brush. Alright, so it's longer than most regular brushes. Alright, so, and then there's cologne that I didn't grab. That was on, Christopher's desk. What did you say about Ronald Reagan? Careful what you say, or I'll have to kick you out of my taxi. Yeah, seems like the 90s, or 80s. Yeah, definitely the 80s. Alright, so... yeah, I think Ruskin Productions, right? Yeah, because I gotta get cologne for some reason. I swear this guy just reminds me of, what's his name? From The Room. Oh my god. It's just the outfit and the hair. Oh, boy. Alright, so. Alan! You're always welcome here. Okay, good, because I'm gonna go steal your, cologne. Take the bottle and hope Christopher won't miss it. Except it didn't when I looked at the desk, but I ran my mouse over it. It didn't even say cologne. Alright, I get it. I get it. You don't need anything else from this desk, especially without asking permission from its owner. Okay, so I got these things. I don't know what I'm gonna use them for. And now I gotta go, I gotta go offer Vicky a job, I guess. I thought I did that before, but I guess not. Or she said something about needing photos. Do you like arcades? There's a new one out, Quiz 85. It's fun, but the questions are tough. Oh, that's right, I gotta do that. Okay, Vicky? What do you want, Alan? Alright. Wait, there's nothing came up for offering her a job. I need... New single from Decade Defector, exclusive for Sick Radio. This was Karen Johnson. Wait, I need photos. Alright, this is... Oh my god. Alright. And this walkthrough that it just like goes from one thing to the other. It doesn't even explain why we're doing things. So I'm just trying to get to a point where we can actually just play and get not be too completely stuck. So let's see. Oh my god. Hi, we meet again. Where are we off to now? It says us here go to Vine Street. Is that the site? Wait, I don't... There was nothing for me to set up a meeting for Neil. Oh my god. Okay, I have to go back, I think. I like... Oh yeah, I like this game, but it's like, it's very obscure. What's your interest in Ruskin? Oh, I don't know if we did this already. I'm looking for a special issue about new horror movie producers. Christopher Ruskin is one of them. Don't kid yourself. Ruskin's no more than a producer of exploitations. He doesn't give a damn about horror cinema. You think so? I work for him. If he didn't give a damn about horror movies, he wouldn't have you as a screenwriter. You ready yourself to answer with the conclusive, I'm not a horror movie screenwriter. But that's what you are. Or give his new movies larger and larger budgets. Or hire the best up-and-coming VFX technicians out there. He knows what he's doing. Good luck then. I hope Ruskin won't send you packing, which is what I do. I think we did this already. Okay. Wait. Then he says something about Glenn Bishop. Okay, this is where I got lost. Hey, BP10. Now I just sped through that shit. Alright, so... Hold on. Did you say Glenn Bishop? Glenn Bishop? Yeah. Do you know where I could find him? Are you serious? He makes video movies. Very low-budget ones. If you want to waste your time, so be it, but I would keep working for Ruskin Productions. It's not that. I just want to talk with him about certain matters. I'll ask again. Do you know where I can find him? And don't tell me Roadside Avenue. No, he's not there anymore. He had some problems with the gas leak. Or at least that's what he tried to convince me of. Rumor has it that he already had a new office when the accident happened. So he's now at... Let's make a deal. Get me an interview with Ruskin and I'll tell you where to find Bishop. Tell me and I'll talk to Ruskin. Do you think I was born yesterday? Given your age? Almost. How old are you exactly, kid? 20. Do me that favor, Mr. Goldberg. Ruskin is not going to grant an interview to a fanzine. This is my offer. Fine. Hope the wait isn't too bad. Yeah, well, goodbye, Mr. Goldberg. Alright, so now I can finally move forward, I think. I hope. Alan! Grab a drink, make yourself at home. Alright. Do you have a moment? Sure. Here we go. Finally we're getting somewhere. It's a kid who wants to interview. Oh yeah? Variety? The Hollywood Reporter? Some fanzine. Some fanzine. Not interested. The kid adores you. I don't know why, but he does. Oh yeah? He says you're more than just a producer of exploitations. You know what you're doing. Of course I am. I try to hire the best. Those were his words. Yeah? He knows how to write. He's as good as any film journals. You may know. Maybe even better. And damn, does he know how to negotiate. You know what, Alan? Lately I've been thinking about hiring a press officer. That would free up Pam a bit. She already has a lot on her plate. You say the kid's good? Check for yourself. Accept the interview. Every time I've trusted your gut, it's been good for me, so... Yes. You could tell him to come by. Alright. But not today. It's been a busy day. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Is that okay? Whatever suits you best. Settled then. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Alright. Is it louder than me? Come on. It's the same as it was last time. Am I not close enough? I don't know. Ruskin has agreed to the interview. Really? Put in a good word for you. He's even thinking about hiring you as a press officer. I'm not interested. I already have a job. What do you do for a living? I'm a mechanic. Well, an assistant mechanic. How much do you make a month? Doesn't matter. Don't answer. Ruskin would double it, even triple it. If I accept the job, it would conflict with my reviews of any movie by the production company. And you're not a sellout, right? Damn right. Is that fanzine that important to you? It's my whole life. Are you listening to yourself? You have the chance to earn a ton of money, work for an up-and-coming production company, and attend horror movie shoots. Are you going to miss out on that? Anybody interested in the horror genre would kill for a job like that. You can balance the job and the fanzine. Okay, I'll think about it. When do I get to interview him? Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Thanks a lot, Mr. Goldberg. And now, where can I find Glenn Bishop? Mansfield Avenue, number 13. Alright, finally! We're getting somewhere! Great. I'd thank you if I hadn't had to barter. This is Hollywood. I guess that can be used to justify anything. Anyway, I've got nothing else to do here. I'm off, Mr. Goldberg. Thanks for your help. Try to dress decently tomorrow, not like a criminal. It's an interview. I know. A job interview. Take off those earrings. I guess the 80s is really when like guys started wearing earrings a lot. Yeah, it was. Alright, so we got a new place to go to. Your face seems familiar. Haven't I given you a ride before? A lot of times, buddy. I don't give a damn if you did everything you could, Tony. Your job is to do the impossible. No. No! Where the hell am I going to find... Who the hell are you? How did you get in here? My name is Alan Goldberg. The door was open. Tony, give me a minute. No, don't hang up. Are you here to help? What? Do you want to help? Because if you haven't come to help, you can get the hell out of here. I wanted to talk to you about Peter Evans. Ah, yes, that poor bastard. I just heard about it. The harder they fall, huh? He was just here last week. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Now is not a good time. My director couldn't think of anything else to do but to celebrate the start of the shoot of bloody Cabin 2 with the lead actress last night. And you know how? By overdosing on speedball. Do you know what a speedball is? Good old John Belushi sure did. And you know how he ended up. Dead. Which is how these two poor bastards will end up if they don't make it out of the intensive care unit. Serves me right for hiring goddamn junkies. So, Mr. Goldberg. Alan Goldberg. I have a film crew standing around with their arms crossed, and I myself am on the verge of a nervous breakdown. So unfortunately, I am unable to assist you at this time. I might be able to help. Oh yeah? How? I am a screenwriter. I work for Ruskin Productions. I have contacts. Ah, you're in the business. Just a second. Tony? Are you still there? Good. Because I am considering making changes to Flying Saucer Pictures. Would you like to work for me, Mr. Goldman? Goldberg... No, I'm sorry. I work for Ruskin Productions. I've already told you. Just a sec. Tony! Fire you? Who is talking about firing you? So you want to help? Good. I need a director with experience. One who won't waste my time. If you find one, send him directly to 1864 Kenmore Avenue. Have him skim through the script and start shooting. I will talk to him later about the money. I need an actress as well, but I'll need to see her first. Does she have a photo book? I don't care if she can act or not. If she does, so much the better, but that's not important. You understand what I'm looking for, right? Oh, and one more thing. I need both of them. No actress, no movie. No director, no movie either. And if they are not unionized, so much the better. You said you have contacts, huh? I trust you. And now if you'll excuse me. Tony! There's a guy here who is going to solve the issue. I should pay him instead of you just for trying. What? Put that idiot on the phone. Okay. What do you mean UFOs? Oh yeah, Flying Saucer Productions. I'm pretty sure, that's a naked chick on that poster. Early days of Flying Saucer Pictures were characterized by exploiting the less crowded genres, which roused the most basic instincts of the audience. In the mid-60s, Bishop produced a number of nudies. They were films with lightly dressed girls running around on set and nothing more. In the 70s, he joined the trends of film about women's prisons. Plot mattered a bit more here, but not so much as to give up on the idea of showing scantily clad girls. I knew you were gonna say that. Oh, more pinup girls. Even though they were shot on film and screened in a theater, I don't think these films are real cinema. Post-apocalyptic zombie. A great illustration, so much so that the zombie in the poster looks better than the one in the movie. Glasses are dirty, and there are only a couple of fingers of liquor left in that bottle. Hope Bishop doesn't offer you a drink. The sun is hitting right on the bottle. You don't see a cooler around. How is it? Hold on. That's my speakers. I don't know why it's so loud today. It shouldn't be. Alright, I turned it down a little bit. There we go. This is exactly as loud as it was last week. Alright. Contains over 3 decades of contracts, memos, and miscellaneous material. Some Z-series historian may pay thousands of dollars for the stack of papers in the future. Bishop wouldn't want you digging through his files. Anything else? The arrival of video has been a blessing for Flying Saucer Pictures. Not only does Glenn Bishop get to save up on celluloid, but also on the developing process. It is not wise to accumulate so much flammable material in a place as hot as this. It could cause a fire. Although seeing what happened with his old office, Bishop surely is already aware of that and is ready to take advantage of it. Oh yeah, that's right. That was the guy who basically, like, burnt down his office for the insurance. Hey friend, have you heard about Rock Hudson? Not really. Alright, so now what do I got? Wait, what did I just... Oh, I gotta get an actress, so let me go hire my, on and again, off again girlfriend, I guess. So Joe's Diner. Vicky? What do you want, Alan? Would you like to act in a movie? Would you like to win an Oscar? Of course! What kind of question is that? There's a guy looking for an actress. Yes! But it's a cheap production, and... Yes! Let me finish, because I don't want you to get your hopes up. It's a very low-budget horror movie, and I can't say for sure, but you'll most likely have to get naked. After all this time, that's all you got for Vicky! Getting her to flash her boobs in a horror movie? Don't listen to him, Alan. Tell me more. Shame on you, Mr. Hollywood. I need an actress now. Today? Like right now. Although the producer, Glenn Bishop, has to give his approval first. I think I remember you had a photo book made, right? Yeah. A week ago, as I was leaving a casting call, a guy approached me. His name was Barry Mitchell. He said he was a photographer and that he was smitten by my beauty. He offered to make me a very affordable book in exchange for using one of my photos on the facade of his building. It sounded like a reasonable offer, so I agreed. When the session was over, he dropped his pants and said it was time to pay. Pig. Son of a bitch. What a scumbag! Where can I find this guy? What are you planning to do? What? Oh. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, probably. What are you planning to do? Break his legs. I'll come with you, Alan. I'm not going to break anyone's legs. Just getting that photo book. Check it. His studio is on Vine Street, next to Bus Stop 17. Yes, we gotta do that. We're actually making progress. I'm so excited. I'm going to get you in that movie, okay? That would be great, Alan. Just watch out for that guy, yeah? Seriously, you don't want us to go and break that guy's legs? No, Jack. Violence is the last resort of. Cluck, cluck, cluck. Alright. New place. I should give you a discount. Where do we go? Yeah, you should. I think I must at least spend a $50 a day on cabs in this city. Alright, Vine Street. There are no aliens, stop it. We elect Tom Bradley. Where am I? Oh, there I am. Really? Man. Chaplin and Marilyn, two of the most famous ambassadors of old Hollywood. Oh, it's just the guy named Guy. Maybe his name is really just Guy. Frank Hodge has tried everything to quit smoking. A friend recommended he visit Dr. Carlos Ramirez about his all-natural anti-smoking therapy. Right now, he's happily burning through his last pack before going inside in case this method works as well as he's been told. Alright, well, let's talk to this guy. Waiting for a cab front? The guy just shakes his head and keeps staring into the void. Alright then, fine. Carlos Ramirez, natural medicine. You better have, gummies in there. Take a peek inside the Gap. There are a couple of photographs inside, as well as a note that catches your eye. Let's see, can you get in there? You stick the brush through the gap and get to touch the pictures with it. There is no way to take them out using just the brush. Damn it. I'm gonna need, tweezers or something. I don't know, we're gonna need something. Damn it. Not only did the bastard harass Vicky and leave her without a photo book, but on top of that, he's using her picture on the facade without her consent. Although in all honesty, the magnetism that Vicky gives off in those photos is irresistible. Pig knows how to do his job. Let's just take it down and inspect the photo display. There is a small lock on the metal frame. Can I pick it? You won't be able to pick a lock with that. Damn it. Alright, let's go inside. Did you have a good time at the session, Candy? I think you probably enjoyed it more. You're gonna be a star, babe. When will you develop the photos, Barry? I'll get right on it. I'll call you to celebrate as soon as I have the photo book ready. Take me to dinner? Dinner? We're going to celebrate right here. Not on the couch. Fucks up my knees. What? Wow. What a well-groomed beard. Casting agent? No. Director? No. Screenwriter, sorry. In that case, get out of my way. Damn. What do you want, man? Just so you know, I don't take pictures of guys. Barry Mitchell, I suppose. Yeah, what do you want? To begin with, you should pull up your fly. I'm here to get back Vicky's Hoff's photo book. Vicky? Who? The redhead you're displaying on the facade without her consent. Ah, yes. A beauty. She left without paying, by the way. It's the first time something like that has happened to me, so tell her that I still have her book in case she has second thoughts. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hey, Matt Newey. I can pay you? With a fist to the face? Maybe. I can pay you. But don't get your hopes up. I'm not Candy. It's not about the money, pal. I'm loaded. Give me a number. You don't get it, do you? I'm flush with cash, man. You can't even imagine the kind of life I lead. In this line of business, I get to enjoy two of my biggest passions, photography and women. No one takes better photos than me. And until your friend can come along, no one has been able to resist me. And you know what? Sooner or later, I'll end up banging the redhead. They all end up falling for me. God, this guy is such a scuzz. No, he's not Vin Diesel. I don't know what. he's bald like Vin Diesel, but this, he don't, no. So all the money in the world can't pay for that, buddy. My very pride is at stake. Let's see. There's a director who wants to see Vicky's book. Come on, give me a chance. And I wouldn't give that book to the Pope himself. Give me that photo book now. Oh yeah? Or else what? Well, let's see. I could fuck up your life. I do want to kill him, but I don't know if any of these are gonna work, so we're gonna try this one. I have a chef friend who is eager to break your legs. Let him try. I'll be here. I close at 10 o'clock, by the way. If you don't make it in time, you can come by tomorrow. Man, what am I gonna do? I'll be back, and I can assure you, I'll get that book. No way. Get out of my business. Damn it, I want to rifle through his shit. You clown. Well, that's not gonna get me anywhere. I'm gonna have to get into there, I think. Let's go into Carlos Ramirez's natural medicine. Maybe he's got some gummies. Good evening. Do you have an appointment with Dr. Ramirez? No. Would you like me to check if there's a free slot for today? It's alright, I was just looking. As you like. If you need help, do not hesitate to ask me. Who's messaging? Oh. Mirrors she's at work cleaning up. I must have wanted an extra day. I'll just have to catch her up when she gets here. What did we do? We'll figure it out when she gets here. Carmen Salazar's list of chronic pains is long enough to freak out a medical student trainee. How does he know these people? Hello, young man. First time seeing the doctor. Yeah, I guess so. Don't worry, you're in good hands. Ouch! Are you alright? I can't complain today. I haven't had sinusitis for a week. My migraine calmed down last night, and the doctor is helping me control my chromatic anxiety. The rest is, well, I have learned to live with it. Ow! It hurts more than yesterday. What hurts? My ankle. I sprained it yesterday when I got out of bed. Not a good way to start the day, huh? Although the doctor has a miracle cream for this kind of thing, right, honey? Of course, Mrs. Salazar. By the way, I see you're out of gum. I wouldn't if people... I have to get all of these different voices. No, that doesn't look like me. Stop it. I wouldn't if people didn't take 5 at a time. Oops. They are miraculous, too. I think I need the gum. What are those for? They taste good. And that's it. They just taste good. They are made from real herbs, unlike those modern things with extracts and gods know what. Would you like one? I have a few in my bag. I usually take a bunch every time I come here. Don't tell Rosa. No thanks. Take one. They're delicious. I appreciate it, but here you go. Don't let Rosa see you. Woohoo! No, and unfortunately Chewie hasn't been chewing on me because he's been in a lot of pain. Now I have to get him on the gummies. Oh my god, that poor cat. It's breaking my heart, but we're gonna get him there. Alright. Chromatic anxiety? I have never heard of such a disease. very low percentage of diabetics like me suffer from it. I don't know the causes, but our vision becomes blurred and we begin to see blue and red halos. I guess that's what junkies must see when they're tripping. And, what do you do when it happens to you? People often get nervous and rush to the doctor, but Dr. Ramirez has taught me some very effective breathing exercises. Take care. That's what I'm here for, young man. Alright, let's read all this stuff. The table shows a series of plants you're not familiar with and their healing properties. Like any good city slicker, the only type of plant you know is the weeds that sprout at the foot of the abandoned buildings. Several degrees in both conventional and natural medicine are combined to give confidence to those wary of one discipline or the other. A wide assortment of magazines is spread out on the table to make the patient's waiting time a bit more bearable. And they're probably like 6 months old. I mean, right now, like now when you go to a doctor, they don't really have those anymore because everybody has their freaking phone. But when you used to go to the doctor, and nobody had, you know, freaking smartphones, you had the magazines and they were always wildly out of date. Take a look at one of the magazines. Cover of Time magazine features the latest musical phenomenon, Madonna. Next year, no one will remember her. Oh yeah, okay, that didn't age well. I don't need to turn off the TV. Okay, well, let's go look at it though. A series of images of the countryside play on a loop, supposedly with the intention of selling the perks of living in nature. However, between the burnt image and the glassy-eyed actors, the whole thing gives off a sleazy vibe that makes it look more like deleted scenes from The Wicker Man. Okay. You know what? This game is gonna inspire many old stories of the good old days. What exactly is Dr. Ramirez doing here? Does he heal people by laying his hands on them? Does he roll stones over their bodies? Don't be a smart ass. Dr. Ramirez is a licensed physician of conventional medicine if that is your concern. But he prioritizes natural treatments. Sorry, but I don't believe in natural medicine. There's a conventional medical center down the road. Go there if you'd rather get stuffed with painkillers for a simple cold. May I see Dr. Ramirez? Sorry, but he's with the patient right now. Is it an emergency? Oh, not really. If you want, take a seat and wait for the doctor to come out. I'm kind of in a hurry. As you please. Thank you very much for your attention. You have things to do. Besides, you can't get enough rest in the cab seat. Or you can. Alright, fine. Oh, there's a cabinet. Rosa won't let you take a peek. Rosa signs in visitors, making sure that no one waits more than 5 minutes in the waiting room. Although depending on the patient, the wait can take forever, especially if it is Carmen Salazar who is being attended to by the doctor. How does he know these people? These are just random people. Oh my god. In order to speed up the consultation and the doctor's time, Rosa keeps the preparations and medications that some patients take so that they don't have to go through the doctor's office. I'm gonna need some meds from this guy. I can tell already. There should be less than an hour left before nightfall. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, so maybe we can... I think this is a good time to try this chewing gum. Oh. Tastes like crap. Not only that, the gum's texture feels as if it had been out in the sun all day. Ooh, that's gross. Tired of chewing and having it stick to your teeth, try to peel it out. Keep it in your pocket so as not to be branded as an uncivilized for throwing it on the ground. Alright, so I got chewed gum. Brush with chewing gum. Now let's see if we can get that stuff. Get those pictures out of the mailbox. not gonna medicate everybody. You push the brush through the gap and try to get the picture stuck to the gum. You succeed. Alright, so I got some photographs. What are these? With the photos finally in your power, you read the note. I'm sorry, Barry. I don't want to have this kind of material in my possession. I could get in trouble, and so could you. Photos are of two nude girls in sensual poses. Neither of them must be more than 15 years old. What? Mitchell's depravity knows no bounds. Right? Oh, God. Now I'm going to go to jail. I have this on my person. Not only does Barry Mitchell harass and blackmail his clients, he also photographs naked underage girls. This guy should be locked up. I wonder if I can take this to the cop. All right, let's go in there and see if I can threaten him, though. You again? Let's see. I found something in your mailbox. Wait a minute. You've been snooping in my mailbox, you son of a bitch. So you're in the business of taking pictures of naked underage girls, huh? Surprising, but not unexpected. I don't know what you're talking about. Those pictures should ring a bell. They were taken here. The background is the same one you have over there. Are you accusing me of taking pictures of naked minors? Yes. It's a very serious accusation, my friend. Do you want to meet in front of a lawyer? Sure, why not? Although we could find ourselves in front of the police as soon as I hand over this material. Everyone will know what you did before we go to trial. Whatever. Look, I'm having to do all the reading here. You motherfucking piece of... What the hell do you want from me? You already know that. Vicky Hoff's photo book. Shit. Shit. Shit! This guy's pissed. Shit! Here you go. Now give me those photos. Or those pictures. I don't have them here. I said give them to me! You heard what I said. Don't get any closer. I'll get as close as I want, okay? Give me the pictures. I said that. What are you doing? Don't you touch me again. Is that a threat? Yes! You occasionally slam your fist on the desk when a script is not working out, but you've never punched a person. Not bad for the first time. You check if you've overdone it. No, the bastard is still alive. Sweet dreams, dickhead. Dude deserved it. I'm taking those pictures to the cops. Yep, right to the cops. You said we were a screenwriter, didn't you? I've got an idea for a movie. I'll tell you on the way. Yeah, no, please don't tell me on the way. I get that from everybody. Alright, Joe's Diner.
Too late. The latest single by Self-Delusion, which serves as a tease to their next
Vicky?
album, Happiness Hurts.
What do you want, Alan?
Oh,
I guess that's it.
Who, along with the vocals of Nick Lisbon, will take us all the way to Paris. Wouldn't you love to be there? I sure would.
That's all. As you wish. Alright, so I'm not there. Alright, alright, let's go to who? Glenn Bishop, right? Yeah. Let me take the photos there. You will be able to talk to him when you get a director and an actress. At the moment, you've only got one of them. Alright, so I guess I need a director. Who would be... Do you like horror movies? I love them. Have you seen The Mutilator? No. Where would one find... What do I even have in my inventory? I don't know. This guy a director? I think he's a director, right? Hi again, Mr. Smiles. Oh, he was a director. Nashu, what? I know, I heard you crying. I know you want to get in the garage. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. No? There it is. I don't really watch horror movies. No, I don't. Would you like to direct again? Would you like to win an Oscar? There's this guy, Glenn Bishop from Flying Saucer Pictures, who's in a hurry to hire a director, so I thought of you. It's a cheap production, shot on video. I don't know. I would have to read the script first. Are you serious? Man, wrong person's voice. Are you serious? Hell no! I'd shoot even a kid's birthday party just to film something. Hey, Alan. Tell me. And that guy actually trusts someone who hasn't directed for decades? He doesn't care. He only cares about saving his own ass. It's been a while since I've been behind a camera. I do have some fresh visual ideas. Well, by now, someone else must have come up with them already. I haven't watched a film in more than 20 years. And it's on video, you say? Never shot on video. It doesn't matter, though. I'll make the cinematographer work hard. I'll do it. When is the interview with the producer? There's no interview. He wants you to go straight to the set, take a look at the script, and start shooting. Now? Right now. First, I have to stop by the shelter to take a shower, as I'm sure you'll understand. What day is it today? Friday? Alright. I think the gala suit we share between all the guys at the shelter will be available today. Ah, shit. Benny wore it yesterday to go on a date with Sharon. I hope he didn't get any stains on it. What do you know what I mean? Yeah, I think I get the idea. Oh, God, it's gross. What's the problem? I can't walk onto a shoot not smelling like a director. How's a director supposed to smell? Certainly not like homeless shelter soap. Who cares about that? Back in the day, you knew who the director was as soon as he walked through the door because he was well-dressed, head to toe, and smelled of expensive cologne. Oh, it just so happens I have cologne on me. That demanded respect. I can't go into that set smelling like a shelter shower. In less than 4 hours, I would already have the actors and technicians acting all rowdy and undisciplined. What are you talking about? Do you know we're still in the 50s? Do you think we're still in the 50s? It's not just about being a director. Yeah, you also have to look and smell like one. But I'm old school. What do you want me to do? Straight to the shoot without me having to get you some fucking cologne, maybe. But you'll do it, right? Oh. One of the expensive ones, huh? Thank you. A little help, please, to get this poor director's career back on track. Damn it. I have some. Yeah, I don't know. Well, number one, Chusbin doesn't really like horror movies at all, and we usually watch movies together, so that prevents me from watching a lot of them. But no, I don't think I'm in the 50s. I haven't seen a ton of horror movies, but I mean, I guess, I don't know. I guess I'd rather watch a thriller with a good story, like a good drama thriller. I don't know. Alright, so I do have this cologne here that I picked up from the one desk. It looks like it's named Tox. What's that? There's nothing left. Come on, Jack, there's more than enough. Are you planning on dousing yourself in cologne? Oh, that would be nice. These modern-day colognes evaporate as soon as you put them on. Stop wasting my time. Make do with this. Respect, Alan. Respect. Fine, fine. Oh, I guess that's not it. Shit. Is there any place I can find some, like, water? I could just water it down. Ah, fuck. Alright, so... Is there a faucet anywheres? I don't know. I came to Hollywood to be an actor. I'm still on it. Yeah, buddy. Joe's Diner, maybe. Sounding FX. No, wait. Was there a faucet at Sounding FX? Maybe. No. Damn it. I do like this song in the background, though. It's very 80s-ish. Why are you oh my godding? I'm gonna turn off this. It's just keep cycling through all the same combos with the cabbies. We gotta find maybe Vine Street. I don't know. We're gonna turn that off. All right. You don't like the crowds on the buses, and you earn enough money to be able to afford to use cabs quite often. Okay. Who cares? It's gonna be strong enough. Rosa can't help you with that. I know I don't have any respect. Somebody's gonna be able to help me with this. That don't do what you think it will. Maybe I can just take it home and water it down. I don't know. Can I just put some booze in there, maybe? A little booze? Maybe. Alright. Alan's apartment. Ruskin Productions. Do I still have those photos? Maybe I can take those to the cop. I do, I think. Yeah. Can you take a look at this? Are you aware of what you're showing to me? I stole them from a Vine Street photographer. So they don't belong to you then. The best thing you can do right now is to hand them over to the closest police station, and they will take care of this guy. Can't you do anything? I have to be here. Do as I say. Take them to the nearest police station. Oh, but it was an achievement! Yes! Girls on Film. You know, that was a Duran Duran song. It was. And I'm sure that's why they named that achievement it. Okay. Oh, shit. Site. That's not gonna do me any good. Maybe Joe's Diner.
Remember the first hit from Self-Delusion? That one was dry. Time flies all right, doesn't it? Mark
Strong. Doesn't suit you.
We'll be interviewing Mark Mothersbaugh from Depot.
Vicky?
I'll leave you in good hands with
What do you
something
want,
that just
Alan?
arrived to the station.
That's all.
Turn back time.
Alright,
New
whatever.
single from Decade Defector,
What is this?
exclusive for Synthwave Radio. This was Karen Johnson.
Got
It's
your
been a
book.
pleasure. See you
Wanna
all
see it?
tomorrow. Love you.
Not really. I don't want to see that pig's work. Did you give him what he deserved? Kind of. That's my boy. What have you done, Alan? Me? Nothing. Stop wasting time. Take that book to the producer. On my way. Maybe he can help me. Joe is too busy. Don't bother him with that. I feel like I don't even like the words, the lyrics in these songs are so garbled that you really can't even understand what they're singing. But it sounds like accurate enough that you would think it was an actual song from the 80s. I don't know. I kind of dig it. Alan's apartment. Well, let's go back to my apartment. Maybe I can water it down with some coffee. Trash can, typewriter tray. need to take more 3D classes. Okay. You know what? The Sims 1 had some great background radio songs. Especially like the Samba ones. I actually listen to those outside of the game. Build mode music is still the best though. I can't even explain. I love that music. Alright, so yeah, we're not getting anything here. I gotta water down this freaking cologne. What am I gonna do? Alan's apartment, Ruskin Productions, Peter Evans' mansion, Joe's Diner, Site, Astounding FX, One Bishop. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I can use this booze. Thought it would be a good idea, but it's not. You don't really want to watch me to stream The Sims, do you? I still I should really consider making all of you guys in The Sims, and then making all of the like husbandos and waifus, and then just like setting you guys off to romance somebody. I gotta make sure to put Constance in there. Constance and Citrine for you, BB10. I know you like the blondes. Alright, nothing there. I'm about ready to pull out my strategy guide, or my walkthrough here. Yeah, I don't know. I did that. Oh. You're a baby. Oh, you said you do. You like Citrine and Constance? What? I'm on it, you son of a bitch. No, not talking to you. It was just shouting at the spaz behind us. I thought I turned that off. Where do we go? I thought I turned those off. Yes, romance. Alright. I definitely gotta have Sylvain in there. Definitely. All of my husbandos are gonna be in there. Nobody from Glassheart though, because they're just not good enough. Tamaki's okay, but still not good enough. What do you mean turn off? Oh, the comments from the cabbies, because it gets very repetitive after a while. Or maybe it only stops once it starts cycling. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Hey, Jolt. You fill the bottle of cologne to the brim. Alright, now let's go out and find, what's his name, Jack? What, you don't want a Sim stream now? I thought you wanted one. Now that you're worried I'm gonna put your waifus in there? Alright, there we go. Here's your goddamn cologne. Filled to the brim. I'll bathe in it. So, everything alright? One more thing. God's sake, Jack. Where's the chute? Oh, 1864 Kenmore Avenue. 1864? Very good. I'm nervous, Alan. Don't worry, just go there and do the best you can. I don't think Bishop will expect much from you except to finish the chute without complications. I hope so. Something else. Has Bishop said anything to you about... You know. Oh, I don't. What's he supposed to have said? Well, something about... I don't follow. About money, damn it! What difference does it make? You're going to shoot a movie. Even if they pay you poorly, it will still be more than what you get begging here. Fair enough. Take this, I won't need it. Oh, I got a mug with coins. Yes, I can play this quiz! I'm taking the $5 bill, though. You know what, Alan? You're a good man. No, I'm not. I need to talk to the producer, and I can't do that unless I get a director. Bah! Minor details. You have given this poor old man a new lease on life. That makes you a good man, even if you think otherwise. Now, if you'll excuse me. Hey, Trevor. Yes, kissing, kissing. Okay. Okay. Hollywood. Jack Palmer is back. All right, Jack. All right. So, anyways, now that he's done, I'm so excited, Trevor. Oh, damn it, Jack! It's that way. I'm trying to get excited. I see kissing in chat. Here's the thing. I want to do a sim stream, and I'm going to make all of you guys and put you in there with all your waifus and husbandos. And I'm going to make BB10 marry Constance from Fire Emblem for your houses. And he's freaking out about it, but I think that'd be great. There'd be kissing and hand holding all over the place in the game. And maybe some baby making. I mean, tell me this isn't a great idea. I mean, come on. But I have to wait for Cassie to get back, because she's probably going to be out for another couple of weeks. But she has to be there. Yes, right? Alright, so I got my coins. Let's go do the trivia. Or I can also go and talk to the Glenn Bishop, but I want to do the trivia next. Finally. Arcade museum only works with coins. Alright, fine.
Hey everyone.
Heads up! Smartass is going to show what he's got. Alright, let's do it. Wiz 85 Deluxe.
Select the theme.
Music, easy. Horror movies, hard. Ah, shit, really? Well, I don't know many horror movies, so let's start with easy. Which members of Duran Duran just formed the band Arcadia? Oh my god, I don't know. John Taylor, Roger Taylor, Nick Rhodes. Wait, hold on. I don't know! You know what? If Mears was here, she would know. She loved Duran Duran. Okay, let's see.
Correct answer.
Yes! We got it. We got it. Okay. What instrument does Vicky Peterson play in the band The Bangles? Oh.
Wrong answer.
Damn it. Which movie from last year does the song In the Name of Love by Thompson Twins appear?
Wrong answer.
What? Which movie was it? Which I'm screwing this all up. Which band or artist did not play in the Live Aid Festival? Oh man. I don't think Motley
Correct
Crue.
answer.
No it's not. That's durian fruit. Duran durian fruit. Which band was born from the split of the Human League? Oh my god, I don't know.
Wrong answer.
Who does the original version of Every Time You Go Away, recently covered by Paul Young, belong to? I think Fleetwood Mac?
answer.
No. Damn it. I should have just done horror movies. Does not have a song called Call Me.
Wrong answer.
And of course Mears is working today. Performers of When the Rain Begins to Fall, Pia Zadora, and
Correct answer.
oh, that was just, you know. The guitar solo from Beat It by Michael Jackson is played by Eric Clapton, Stevie Vai. I don't know. I was in 1984 or 85. 84, I was 6 years old. 6. I don't think it was Eddie Van Halen, was it?
Correct answer.
It was! Singer of the band Ultravox before being replaced by Midge Ure. I don't know.
Correct answer.
Okay, well. Artist not covered by Soft Cell.
Correct answer.
Okay. Which famous contemporary artist makes an appearance in the video clip for Hello Again by the Cars? I don't even know. Salvador Dali. Oh, yeah.
Wrong answer.
Damn it. Famous filmmaker who directed Billy Idol's video clip for Dancing with Myself.
Wrong answer.
Oh, man. I only got 600 score. Which of these artists has not collaborated with Giorgio Moroder? I don't know.
Wrong answer.
One of the following bands is not Australian. Men Without Hats, In Excess, Men at Work.
Correct answer.
Okay. Wait, it's still going? How many questions are there? 20. Real name of Huey Lewis. Hugh Stern, Hugh Anthony Gregg III, Huey Lewis.
Correct answer.
Alright. What is that in the background? What the hell? Which actor appears in the cover art for the Spitz namesake album from 1984? Fuck if I know. John
Wrong
Travolta.
answer.
Belongs to the album The Head on the Door by The Cure. Oh my God.
Correct answer.
I don't know. It's the TV. First single by the band Bon Jovi. Oh man. Runaway? Maybe? At least I know that song.
Correct answer.
Woohoo! Got that one. Real name of Boy George from the band Culture Club. Oh shit.
Correct answer.
Alright, well, we got 11 of them right. Alright, I guess I'm not getting any achievements for that. We'll do the horror one later. Hey, Alan, come over here. Yeah? Loser. Oh, shut up. Okay, let's go talk to the guy to get Vicky get her role. We'll do that later. Lynn Bishop. Hold on, Tony. Did you get? Yes. And that too. Tony, I'll call you later. My guardian angel suit has arrived. Well, well. Apologies for not offering you a chair, but I had a little mishap with the old office, and, don't worry. Alright, let's get down to business. The director, who is it? Jack Palmer. Giant insects guy. You still alive? Sorry, it's the only one I could get. Are you serious? That's fantastic! Is it? Don't you watch Eliza's show? She plays his films all the time. The kids know him. I can already picture the hype. Jack Palmer's long-awaited return to directing. You have to take advantage of this 50s revival, you know? Peeps at Fangoria will love it. I like your choice, Goldberg. And I like you. Did you send him to the shoot? Well, yes, he should be on his way already. Wonderful. Let's see the girl. Did you bring the photo book? Yes, here you go. Well, let's see. So, those eyes. What a looker. She reminds me of that girl who was in the Osterman Weekend. One with Sam Peckinpah. What's her name? Meg Foster, that's it. It's not a must, but can she act? She's the best actress I know. How come I never heard of her before? She hasn't had much luck. What are you waiting for? Call her and give her the news. He's doing a rotary phone, isn't he? Vicky, it's Alan. The role is yours. No, you don't owe me anything. Does Joe agree? Well, Karen covered for you. Perfect. Get on with it already. Tell her to rush to 1864 Kenmore Avenue and ask for Tony. Mr. Bishop says that. Ah, you heard him. That's all. Yes, we'll talk later. Break a leg, Vicky. Mr. Goldberg, you just saved my life. How could I ever thank you? Ah, yes, you wanted to talk about Peter Evans. That's why you're here, right? Damn right. You see, Hollywood has its myths and its ghosts. But this one I'm going to tell you about is real. Sister of Mercy. Ring a bell? I don't think so. She is a figure worshipped by everyone in the film business. She is stinking rich, more than you and I could ever imagine. She does and undoes as she pleases in Hollywood. You could say that Hollywood belongs to her. What does all of this have to do with Peter Evans? Evans was a poor bastard. Spent more than he earned. He was an obelisk brought. He had an obelisk brought from Egypt, probably just for his dog to piss on. The studio no longer wanted him. He had cash flow problems and gambling issues. He was done for. He came to me because he heard that I could get him in touch with the Sister of Mercy. I called her. She wanted nothing to do with Evans. She had no use for him. Evans probably saw no way out and shot himself. But you, on the other hand, I'm sure she would be delighted to meet you. What does the Sister of Mercy do? She's like the genie in the lamp. She offers you anything that you can think of. Money, power, whatever you want. But she asks for something in return. Such as? It depends on what she needs at the time. So how come you haven't? I haven't always been in the cheap movie business, Goldberg. In the 40s, I was an up-and-coming producer of RKO and I blew it. Who knows what would have become of me if she hadn't helped me, not once, but twice. Twice? Let's just say that we had a very close relationship, if you know what I mean. You know what? Talk to her. She likes men like you. Resourceful. You just proved it to me. Don't you have any ambitions? Is there something you want with all your might, and you feel there's no human way to get it? She will make it happen for you. Take my advice. I don't know, when you get out of here, go to 10350 Shallon Road in Bel Air. I will call her. She'll be waiting for you. It is the most I can do for you as a token of gratitude. Alright, I'll go see her. You won't regret it. Alright. By the way, yeah? You have an idea for a horror movie. I can listen to it, and if I like it, I'll buy it from you. On the cheap, though. Alright. On the cheap. Mr. Bishop? Goldberg, what can I do for you? Oh, I do have an idea for a horror movie. I have an idea for a horror movie. Oh, yeah? Tell me. Children's play. Supernatural entity. The heirs. How about children's play? Children's play. Serial killer called, I don't know, let's say Curtis Lee Ray is mortally wounded by the police in a toy store, trying to escape, at which time he transfers his spirit to one of the best-selling dolls of that Christmas season. Continue. Some days later, a kid named Randy? Sure, why not? Randy gets one of those dolls as a Christmas present. Specifically, the doll that Curtis Lee Ray transferred his spirit onto. And the doll starts killing? Yeah. A dwarf? I'm sorry, what? The doll! It would have to be a dwarf in disguise. I know one. His name is Fred. He's as tall as a 6-year-old. He complains that no one gives him any elevated roles. Get it? It wouldn't look convincing. I had thought about animatronics. Animatronics? Do you know how expensive that is? It's about making me money, not losing it. I don't like it. Another one. Clarify. Okay, we'll talk about something else. Let's talk about something else. I bet if I go through all of these, I get an achievement, but I'm gonna worry about that later. That's all. Alright, so we're gonna go see the Sister of Mercy now. I should probably just save, right? I should save. And I can't save here. Mr. Westmore will be with you or Mrs. Westmore will be with you shortly. Wait here, please. Wait. Here, let's save. And yeah, that was totally child's play, yeah. The original movie was great. Habson? Sir. Do they really call her the Sister of Mercy? The Sister of Mercy, the fairy godmother, the genie of the lamp, the witch of wishes. Have some respect and call her Mrs. Westmore. Okay. Habson? Sir? Will it take long? Mrs. Westmore is a very busy person. It will take as long as it takes, Mr. Goldberg. Alright, I guess it's time to look around. Is that her? No, it's her sister. She passed away at 45. Try not to mention her, sir. Alan! Mrs. Westmore? There's no need for formalities. Please call me Helen. Take the day off, Hobson. Thanks a lot. I'm glad you came. It's a pleasure to have the best horror screenwriter in my house. Are you familiar with my work? I have been fascinated by the genre since I attended the premiere of Universal's Dracula and 31 when I was 9. Since then, I have been interested in everything that has come before and after in horror cinema. But there is something that saddens me. That the person who currently best understands the genre's tropes and takes them a step further does not consider himself a horror fan. I was, I guess, when I was young. He probably is going to have vodkas. Corman, Hammer Films. But you've matured, right? I hope that's not what you're implying. Horror films are more than just silly entertainment for teenagers. There is more maturity and complexity in your first foray into the genre, Campfire Psycho, than in Melodies of Heaven. I hope you forgive my words, but that movie you hold in such high esteem is full of melodramatic cliches. Anyway, let us first address the matter that has brought you here. Peter Evans, right? You can't understand why a person who apparently has everything would take his own life. Well, he had money, success, and health. Money, success, and health. Everything we aspire to in this life, right? Money? He was a spendthrift, Alan. Obelisks in his garden brought from Egypt. Daily parties in his mansion. Such a lifestyle is hard to maintain. Success? His last few films performed way below what the studio expected. Shareholders were anxious to get rid of him. As to his health, he was sick. He was a gambling addict. Why did he come to see you? He knew that his days as a star producer were coming to an end. And although he was aware that his life was about to change, he lost a fortune at poker. He even gambled away his mansion. He lost it. He wanted me to restore his status, both professionally and financially. Something I can do with a snap of my fingers. I'm rich, Alan. Filthy rich. You may have heard that I own Hollywood, and in a way it's true. I do and undo as I please, but I always ask for something in return. And I had no use for Evans. He was not a seeker. Like all millionaires, he was used to having everyone carry out even the most basic tasks for him. Like you, I guess. Less than you might think. Hobson says I'm always stepping on his toes. Evans was not like us, Alan. Like so many others, in his desperation, he turned to me as a last resort. I refused to listen to him, and that rejection was probably what pulled the trigger, which blew his head off. But I don't feel guilty about it. What's a seeker? You, for example. Our mutual friend Glenn had a problem, and in a matter of an hour, you solved it. That is a seeker. I was lucky. I knew an actress and a director. A lucky seeker. What more could I ask for? Frankenstein, released in March 1910 and produced by Thomas Alva Edison. It is believed to be lost. The only remaining copy lies in that display case. The price was to rescue Metro Goldwyn Mayer once more, but it was worth it. Let us continue. A Blind Bargain, directed in 1922 by Wallace Worsley and starring Lon Chaney. The original negative was destroyed in 1931, and the last known print was lost in the same fire that destroyed the only copy of 1927's London After Midnight, directed by Todd Browning and played by Lon Chaney. I know it. I have always wanted to watch it. It doesn't live up to its legend, but it's the holy grail of horror film collectors, especially for those who don't know about Edward Keller's last film. Edward Keller. You know him, right? Of course. I've never felt more uncomfortable in a movie theater. Bloody Mind Games. Terrifying. A very low-budget film that horrified everyone who saw it. George A. Romero has stated that he was influenced by it when making The Night of the Living Dead. Even William Friedkin claimed that he tried to live up to The Exorcist, but failed. His mastery of the genre was unrivaled. I have that gift too, although Keller was more visceral. His last film, you said. It's my understanding that Bloody Mind Games was the only one he directed. I always thought it was a shame he didn't make more films. What happened to him? He disappeared. It is well known that after his debut feature film, William Castle bet on him to direct Rosemary's Baby before the studio opted for Roman Polanski. But he can't find him. What few people know is that in 1970, a young reporter for Variety magazine called his boss to say that he had stumbled upon him in a small town. He claimed that Keller had shot the scariest film in history. And knowing what he was capable of, that might have been the case. What town was that? No one knows. The reporter never called again. He disappeared too. I want that film, Alan. And I believe you are the right man for the job. Tell me, what would you like in exchange? Boy, to be rich, to be famous, I want to write high-budget dramas. Oh boy, to win an Oscar? I don't know. Well, didn't he want to be... I don't know. To win an Oscar. An Oscar? Anyone can win one without my intervention. You have a golden opportunity, Alan. Shoot higher. Well, I want to write high-budget dramas. I can pick up the phone and get studios to fight over anything you may write. Even your grocery list. But you need to be more ambitious. No. To be rich and famous? Evans was rich and famous, and things didn't go so well for him. Go ahead, look inside yourself, and tell me what it is you desire the most. That one thing you could never get otherwise. I know what you want, Alan. You are trapped in this endless loop. You're unhappy with what you have. You want to be the master of your own life, not a slave to it. You will be. You just have to find that movie. Tell me, do you accept? Helen Westmore offers you everything you've dreamed of since you came to Hollywood. You would rather have earned it on your own merits, but an opportunity like this only comes along once in a lifetime, and only to a select few. Think carefully, Alan. Oh boy. Do I really get a choice here? Shit. I guess I have to become a seeker. I don't know. I'll do it. Excellent. But where do I start? That clue we have is the missing reporter. But don't bother with Variety. They don't know anything. Try to follow his footsteps and find out how he got to have Keller. Don't say Chudah, okay? Don't give me shit. I think this is pretty much his... I don't know. But how? That is the job of a seeker. I'm sure you will know who to ask. No promises, but I'll try. It's been a pleasure, Alan. I know you'll be back with that film. I'd better get moving. Thank you, Helen. Good luck to you, Seeker. Well, I know. Well, it says here, regardless of your choice, you have to do Helen's errand, so... Now I have to find Edward Keller. I don't know. Where am I gonna find this guy? Guess we can go to Ruskin Productions and talk to Christopher, I guess. God, does this guy ever leave? Alan! My favorite screenwriter. How can I help you? Oh, so I get to start asking everybody about Edward Keller. That was barely... No, I just looked at I need to find Edward Keller, which I already knew! The rest of the stuff is on the next page, and I haven't even turned the page yet. Alright, do you know anything about Edward Keller? That name doesn't sound familiar to me. Oh yeah, this is Hayden Christensen. Is he an actor? No, a director. No idea, sorry. Alright, fine. Alan! Do you want to admire the Sunset Boulevard sign with me? No thanks. Do you have a moment? Sure. Do you know anything about Edward Keller? Keller? Sure! If I do this for a living, it's thanks to people like him. I've always wanted to do something on the level of Bloody Mind Games, and I hope that one day you'll write something that surpasses it. If anyone's capable of doing it, it's you. Do you know where I can find him? No, Alan, I don't. Last I heard from him, he was about to direct Rosemary's Baby. Can you imagine? If he had directed it, Polanski's version would look like a Sesame Street episode in comparison. So, why the interest in Keller? Just curious. Well, I'm sorry I can't help you. Damn it. It's not an encyclopedia of cheating. Stop it. I mean, only has all the answers, but still. I'm not even looking at it. Ow. Maybe Pam knows something. Are you busy? Always am. What do you need? Does the name Edward Keller sound familiar? Edward Keller. If you give me a minute, I can check the archives. I doubt I'll be there. He was a horror film director in the 60s. Unfortunately, in that case, I can't help you, Alan. It's okay. My desk is fine. I need to go find Joey. See how he's doing. My poor baby. My poor baby. Alright. Maybe... Not Peter Evans, Joe Steiner. Maybe, sounding effects. What's up, dude? Do you know Edward Keller? Edward Keller, man. He and his work give me the creeps. Why is that? Have you seen his only film? It's from '67, very low budget. At that time, no other film had such realistic makeup effects. Before Tom Savini came along, nobody had seen amputations, decapitations of that level on screen. What's your point? Word has it, there was no makeup effects department on that film. What are you saying? Only the director was present at the premiere. None of the actors attended. None of them have been seen again in any other production. What I heard, they were not professional actors. It was normal that they didn't appear in any other films. That's all I'm saying. I'm looking for Keller. You wouldn't know where I can find him. No fucking clue, dude. Vanish off the face of the earth. Although Wayne is the Keller expert here. Who's Wayne? My partner, man. He's a Keller nut. Just a sec. Wayne! Hey, Wayne, you idiot! Alan Goldberg wants to talk to you about Edward Keller. Dude, you better write something good. You just turned down a contract with New Line Cinema. Cut it out, man. Tell me about Keller. What do you want to know? What? Mark here tells me there were no makeup effects in Bloody Mind Games. Oh yeah, that's legend. Bullshit. Kristen Masterson, who played Mary, was in several episodes of Happy Days in the 1970s. In the movie, they smashed her face. Mark, buddy, you're so gullible. Man, the one in Happy Days is another Kristen Masterson. That actress denies having worked with Keller. Same one, for fuck's sake. Older, but she's the same actress. Not again. We've been through this before. Oh man, Keller had the craziest theory. According to him, an actor should not appear in any more films once he finishes his role. This way you avoid the schizophrenia of seeing the same character in two unrelated stories. That's where that absurd urban legend comes from, Mark. People think he really killed them. Well, fuck off. You fuck off. Okay, everybody calm down. I was just curious. What might in fact be true is, well, word on the street is that they used real corpses for the deaths. According to the crew credits, Keller was in charge of makeup effects. I know the craft, man. And either Keller was a genius or, well, they used real corpses. Tell me about Keller. There's not much else to say about it. Nobody knew about him until he released Bloody Mind Games. It was a very cheap film, yet touched by the hand of genius. It was released in only a few theaters and didn't gross much. However, the reviews praised it to no end. Nobody has seen anything like it before. Blended psychological horror with the gimmicky really well. Romero, Friedkin, Polanski, and even Hitchcock raved about the film, and a cult following soon began to develop around it. Have you seen it? Yeah, I got to see it as a kid in the cinema. It's a fucking masterpiece. So, Keller, right? He was only seen once at the premiere. He gave a really crazy dissertation about fear. Nobody knew what he was talking about. He left during the screening. He was never seen again. Well, he gave a couple of interviews not long after. Although there is a rumor that the answers were not his. Fake interview, you know? I want to find him. You have your work cut out for you, pal. Nobody knows where he is. Call him the J.D. Salinger of horror. Hell, Salinger is easier to track down. Though he'll send you for a hike if you do. Has no one been in contact with him? Was he married? Did he have children? Fuck, I've been looking forward to this for months. What are you talking about? Mark, listen carefully. You're gonna shit yourself. Keller had a daughter with his partner, some Kate. Kimberly? Whatever. The girl was named Elizabeth Keller. Something happened to the couple, and Keller took charge of her daughter, and rather unwillingly. Their relationship wasn't very good, so Elizabeth cut ties with him. She took off and changed her name. She's quite popular nowadays. What? We all know her. Even our friend Goldberg has insulted her in an interview. Wait a minute. You can't be serious. Eliza? From Eliza's Mansion of Horrors? Bingo! You're fucking with me, right? How did you know that? Tracy told me. Tracy? From Hello Mary Sue? She had a fling with her. Apparently one night she was feeling down and vented to Tracy. She didn't get along with Keller and walked out on him at the age of 13. Wait, she was 13? If there's anyone who might know more about Keller, that might be Eliza. Although going by the date, she must have flown the nest long before the premiere of Bloody Mind Games. I don't know if she will be of much help. I can't believe it. What do you know about his last film? Edward Keller's lost film, huh? It's a myth, man. A hoax some guys from Variety made up. It doesn't exist. There's no record of it in any production company. And if it really existed, fuck? I'd give my right arm to see it. I need to speak with Eliza. Where could I find her? I think that video game she's starring in is coming out tomorrow. She's presenting it at a Radio Shack. I have no idea which one. Tomorrow? What about today? Right now, she must be shooting Eliza's Mansion of Horrors. I don't know in which studio. Sorry, I can't help you. Don't worry. You have been very helpful already. I know who to ask. Keep me posted if Eliza decides to talk to you. Although I really doubt she will after all the shit you talked about her. We'll see if there's any luck. Well, I still have to make 13 feet of intestines. So, anything else, man? No, I think that's all. And I'm off. Thanks, Wayne. Thanks to you, buddy. Wayne is right, dude. Try not to take a dump on the genre in every interview you give. Too young to fall in love. Okay. Alright, so now we gotta... Who do I... He said I know just who to talk to, but I don't know who that is. Damn it. Shit. Maybe Glenn Bishop? Who knows Eliza? I don't even know. Oh my god. Maybe it's Christopher. There's a lot of talking in this game. Alan! Want a drink? No thanks. He's always offering me drinks. Do you have a moment? Sure. Joe? Joe who? Oh yeah, that's right. That Joe. No, nothing else. Nothing else. Gonna strike it rich, Alan! Alright, so let's go to talk to Joe. Oh, that must be her replacement. I'm watching you, Alan. What did I do? Nothing yet. But try not to leave me without another employee, okay? I can. New look? Yes, do you like it? Very colorful. Colorful. It's just like Cyndi Lauper wears it in the She-Pop music video. Cyndi who? Right, I forgot you live on Saturn. I got Vicky a role in a movie. I know! Vicky must be very grateful. It's the very least you could do after what you said to her. What did I say? You should know. Nobody's gonna tell me what I said to her. What are you reading? Star Hits, a music magazine. Are the articles any good? No idea. I'm just looking at the pictures. John Taylor is such a dreamboat. I'm leaving. See you later, Alan. Oh, I talked to Karen. Got an achievement. Hey, Joe. That's nothing. That Joe Gould. Who's Gould? I don't know. There are too many names. Who the heck is Joe Gould? Not Glenn Bishop. Who's on Vine Street? Stop it. Joe's Diner. I don't know. Should I? Let's just change the page here. Oh. I need to be here. Oh. That was from the other. That was from the other. This guy. I gotta talk to Mac. Yeah, the Joe Gould Fund. I get it. Mac.
I'll leave you in good hands with something
Do you know where Eliza's Mansion of Horrors is being shot? Yeah, sure. The show is so popular that MBS has acquired it for this new season. It's being recorded in their studios. I don't know which stage exactly, but my friend John is at the guard booth today. He knows. Tell him you're there on my behalf, and he'll let you in without a problem. Thanks a lot, Mac. I wish I could be there when Eliza smacks me in the face. She's going with me, you know? I'm afraid so. MBS Studios. Alright. Tonight's film is unlike any other you have seen. You will see decapitations, exploding bodies, and gallons of blood, and a sex scene, which is probably what your parents wouldn't want you to see. At least those were the words of one of the network executives who almost didn't allow us to broadcast the film. And that's one of the problems with American morality. We can show you how to open a body with a chainsaw, or 1,001 ways to torture a person. Acts against nature. But if you see a boob, all alarms are off. Go off. But have no doubt that this executive who didn't want you to watch tonight's movie is paying a dominatrix $120 an hour to get whipped right now. Cut! What? What do you mean, cut? Since when do managers double dip as directors? You can't say that! What can't I say? You're saying Howard Layton is into BDSM. And isn't that true? Of course it's true! That's precisely why you can't say it! Who cares? I'm sick of that jerk. He was right, Eliza. MBS could cancel our show if you start digging up dirt on the management. I can say it with other words. No, for heaven's sake! Bite your tongue! Let's repeat everything from the top. And you, quiet. Is everyone ready? Unbelievable. Oh boy. This guy's got a bald spot. You've got a lot of nerve showing your face around here. Who are you? Hugh Steinman, Eliza's manager. Same one who sued you for slander of my client. Oh yeah? You have not received it yet? Maybe. I don't check the mail much ever since her crazy fans started sending death threats. What do you want, Goldberg? I want to talk to Eliza. I very much doubt that she wants to talk to you. I want to ask her about her father. Eliza doesn't want to talk about her private life, especially not with you. Come on, Hudson, give me a chance. Hugh! You know what? This could be interesting. Will you apologize to her? I have no problem with that. Fine. I hope this matter will be settled today. Right now, she is shooting her show. You'll be able to talk to her when she's done. It will be after this guy. Who? That one sitting there. He is the president of her fan club in Encino. He's going to interview her and take a couple of pictures with her. And I hope he does it quickly. He won't stop reminding me that he suffers from traumatic anxiety. It's from that other guy. Or that one place. I don't know what that is, but I don't want any more delays. Are you serious? The kid can wait. No, Goldberg. You can wait. Don't expect me to make things easy for you after everything that happened. Take it or leave it. Fine, I'll wait. Great. Fuck. Alright, so... yeah, chromatic anxiety. Eliza is so popular that New World Pictures offered her to star in a movie, a cheap film of dubious quality, but it helped to further entrench her figure in pop culture. Yeah, she's supposed to be an Elvira. Moving Eliza's figure reveals a box of electrical switches. Ooh. It's closed. You see several electrical switches. They're all flipped up except for one. Isn't it too hot in here all of a sudden? Hi, are you a fan of Eliza too? Oh yes, absolutely. I have all her albums. But she doesn't... Oh, I get it. I guess. Oh boy. I need to speak with Eliza. Oh, about what? That is my own business. The problem is that I have to wait for you to finish whatever your business is with her. I have to interview her for the Eliza Encino fan club newsletter. Yeah, well, whatever. Can you tell that guy Hudson or Hugh that you'll let me go first? I'm sorry, but the shoot is running late and I have to get home as soon as possible. They're waiting for me. Your kids? No, I don't have any children. Wife? It's his mom. My mother. How old are you, man? 3. 30? God. Your mother can wait. I don't think she'll worry if you're 1 or 2 hours late. You're old enough to not have a curfew. What the hell? You're old enough to be living by yourself. No, my mother might get nervous if I'm late. That upsets her. I have to be with her. God. What do you have there? Where? In your hand. Oh, it's a signed photo of Bela Lugosi. It has been in my family for many years. My grandfather was an actor in Romania, you know. Lugosi himself gave it to him when they met at the Actors Union there. It was founded by Lugosi. Did you know that? Why do you bring the photo album with you? It's some kind of lucky charm? I'm going to give it to Eliza. You're going to give a family keepsake to a stranger. Eliza is no stranger to me. She has been a part of my life for years. So do you want to get rid of the photo? You could make a pretty penny instead of giving it away. Eliza probably wouldn't give a damn about it. She'll toss it in a drawer and forget about it. I do what I want with my stuff, okay? Okay. No need to snap at me like that. Nervous about meeting Eliza? Yes, of course. Who wouldn't? But it's also because of my chromatic anxiety. It flares up when I get nervous. Do you know if there is a hospital nearby? No, forget it. I'm going to be fine. I must calm down. I'll be around. Come on, let me go first. No, I can't. I gotta go to the doctor's office and get him that pill for the chromatic anxiety, aren't I? I think. Lionel was a rising star for the Golden Bears until a knee injury ended his meteoric career. He reinvented himself as a celebrity bodyguard and still carries around the frustration of not being able to play for his old team. So don't tickle his funny bone if you don't want him to take it out on you. Not here to talk. If you want something, ask you. There's no doubt that she is an icon of pop culture. Posters, mugs, sticker albums, movies, video games, books, figurines. You can find her image on the most unsuspected items. Most unsuspected item. Probably controls the power on the film set. Where do you think you're going? Take a look at the shoot. Didn't you see that sign? It says there on the air the program is not live. Fancy yourself a smarty pants? No, I'm just... Do not interrupt a shoot. Oh. What am I supposed to do? The ashtray is overflowing with cigarette butts. Don't find anything but cigarette butts. It is a Wurflex, a spotlight widely used in television in the 70s, although it's not being used right now. It looks like it is connected to the electrical power. off switch appears to be broken. Well, I turned it on, so... What do I got here? Let's see. Good with that? Get the hell out of here. Maybe I can give him the glasses. He's already wearing a pair. Okay, but if I can get him to take the... Okay, the chromatic anxiety would make it worse, right? Because the glasses would be red and blue, and everything would be red and blue, right? I gotta get him to wear the glasses. Ah, shit. Alright, hold on. Hey, man. I don't have anything to... Alright. Alright, maybe I can put it on this. There we go. Oh no! I knew it! Sooner or later, it had to happen to me. Is there a doctor in the house? I need a doctor! Well, that did it. Where is that guy? He had to go. Why? I have no idea. Better that way. We're running late. Eliza will be with you in a second. Thanks, Hansen. Hugh. Behave yourself, Goldberg. You're Alan Goldberg, right? Yeah. Alan Goldberg, the screenwriter? That's me. I know who you are. Or I know you are. But I wanted to be sure before I did it. Do what? This. Shit. That hurt. You know what hurts? For a person you admire to insult you every time he gives an interview. Yes, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Fuck, that hurts. I don't like interviews, Eliza. I usually drink too much beforehand. That explains a lot. One day, someone asked me what I thought of you as a horror icon. I remember it quite well. A stripper that used horror to make teenagers horny. Something like that. Not something like that. Those were literally your words. Magazines love views. And they asked me that question again and again. When I'm drunk or hungover, I play along. By calling me a slut, that is more than just playing along. In fact, I don't even know why I'm wasting my time with a sexist pig like yourself. Eliza, sorry I said those words. I tend to be a jerk most of the time. You are. I know I've earned that slap and every other slap you want to give me. Just hope your fans don't follow your lead. What do you mean? I get threats from them every day. Really? I had no idea. Don't worry about it. I don't pay much attention to them. Although I just met one of your fans. He had the same look as Mark Damon Chapman. I can't tell you how sorry I am, Alan. In a way, I feel responsible for it. I have dedicated you a few choice words to some of my programs. And one of them I said that I would like to see you guillotined. Those idiots must have taken it seriously. Don't feel guilty. It's what I get for being a loudmouth. I'm in the middle of a shoot. I can address them now and get this over with. Don't worry. Shall we call it even? Sounds good to me. Come, let's sit down. All right, Alan. I know you didn't come just to apologize. What can I help you with? I'd like to talk about your father. My father? Edward Keller. How did you? I guess it doesn't matter. I've spent my whole life trying to hide the fact that I'm that bastard's daughter. To be honest, you're the last person I feel like I'm talking to about this. But whatever, go ahead. Just promise me you'll keep it a secret. Of course. Okay, Alan Goldberg, shoot. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Would you know where I could find him? Hopefully rotting in hell. I've had no contact with him? None at all. And as you can see, my life has improved a lot since I don't hear from him. What's he like? There isn't much information about your father. A genius, according to most, but a horrible person in my eyes. He didn't like people, not even his family. The only thing he cared about was his work. His ambition led him to neglect everything in his life that didn't have to do with cinema. I owe nothing to that man except for my love of horror films. It's the only damn thing he ever impressed upon me. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't give a shit about your father. I've been offered something huge if I manage to get my hands on the last film he shot, and I'm hoping I'll be able to find it. Ah, yes, that movie. The Holy Grail of cursed movies. I'm afraid it's nothing more than a legend, and it would not surprise me at all if he had made it up. He enjoyed being the center of attention. He was a very vain person. According to what I have been told, he released bloody mind games and then vanished. Even when the film became a success, he still didn't resurface. He could have taken the opportunity to, as you say, be the center of attention. He was a very complex person, Alan. Don't try to make sense of everything he did or didn't do. Gee, I thought I'd find a clue as to his whereabouts here. I'm sorry I couldn't be of any help. But I'm glad to have talked to you, even if it was about this. It seems like you're on the right track towards not being a dick. I try not to be, but I'm not very good at it. Want some advice, Alan Goldberg? Give up your search. Nobody who has stepped into my father's orbit has walked away unscathed. He was a manipulative psychopath. He loved to see people suffer. And he loved that even more than he did horror movies. He drove my mother crazy. Did you know that? I'm sorry. He never laid a hand on her, but had absolute control over her. My mother was a strong, independent person. No one could explain how she could consent to that kind of relationship with my father. She ended up killing herself. I was 12 when it happened, and he took care of me. I don't know if it was because he didn't want to deal with Child Protective Services, which would have distracted him from filming bloody mind games. I ended up in a... Just a moment, I think I have a clue for you. I'm all ears. At that time, around 1966, my father joined a cult. They called themselves the House of the Black Light. It was just one of the many satanic cults that sprung up in LA when the hippie movement began to fizzle out. They said they worshipped the devil and who knows what else, but all they did was get high on LSD and fuck like rabbits. My father and a couple of other guys were the only ones who took it seriously. I saw him do horrible things to the girls. They probably ended up like my mother. I walked out of there after 2 months. I had nowhere to go, and I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. Anything was better than staying there. The thing is that 2 months ago, there happened to be a report on NBS about New Age cults in LA. There's one called Sigma Omicron. And you know what? They were at the same farm that the House of the Black Light used as their HQ, and they interviewed their leader, some guy named Dan. That guy was already around in his 60s. You might know something about your father. I don't know how much time he spent there, but the leader of Sigma Omicron probably knows more than I do. Where's this farm? Do you know the Lost Canyons Golf Club in Simi Valley? Rings a bell. It is the first farm you come across heading north. Thank you very much for your help, Eliza. You're welcome. But remember, I have warned you about my father. He's a tornado that swallows up everyone around it. Be careful. And one more thing. I don't make this program to show off my body. I love horror films, and out there is a whole generation of kids who will be the ones to dignify this genre in the future. My wish is to spark a passion in them for this type of cinema and hope they end up being the next Sam Raimi or John Carpenter or the next Alan Goldberg. Because even if it pains you to admit it, you are one of us. I have to go back to the shoot. Take care, Alan. Thank you, Eliza. I'm so sorry about. It's all in the past. No fucking like rabbits. Well, that's what she said. This is a very adult game. Clearly. I mean, you don't see in all the fucking like rabbits, but alright, so I think this was a good spot to stop because we're 3:15. We've been going about 2 hours. Alright, we'll go over there because I can't save here. And we'll start at Sigma Omicron. I don't know if it's gonna be next week or not. Wait here, please. Because I'm going to be having, like, my entire family for a party. Like, Saturday. And, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll do Sunday. We'll see. Maybe Mirrors can catch up on it.